Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead, Season 10, Episode number 3, Bold Predictions. We are going to talk about this week's coming episode. Looks like it is going to be absolutely thrilling. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. I saw just a little bit of chat last couple minutes. Angel Calor says, this stream is exactly what we needed. Hopefully we can get our predictions, funnel it down, get some good thoughts, get some good ideas in there. I want to give a real quick shout out to our Patreon Army. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. On that topic, Patreon Army, just have to let you guys know that I have been looking at some of the concept art for our PDL packs, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. I'll talk about that a little bit further on into this stream. So this week, how many people have seen the sneak peeks, the teasers, the combination of the two? Because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to take a little bit of that information that's out there and really come up with I think a good basis of what's going to go down. Kitty Pet or someone might have asked a little bit earlier and said, has anyone watched it? No, this is not a spoiler stream. This is our bold prediction stream. We're going to give our best estimate of what we think is going to happen this week. I got a couple things that I think are going to go down, but it is not confirmed. But there's some pretty good educated guessing going on. And then what we're going to do tomorrow night is we've got a brand new evolution in the world of Play Dead Live. We're doing a King of the Hill. I'm so excited about that tomorrow night. If you guys are excited to go into Play Dead Live, get in the scenario to experience that, hit that like button right now. So we got E Beach in the house saying, good evening, Army. Thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat, Eric Beach. And if you guys got something you'd like to say or a comment, you want to super chat it, then feel free. There's a button down below to get that going on. So let's, with the episode, with the predictions, absolutely, we know that there's going to be a standoff. So, looks like we've got 3 distinct groups that are going to go down. So the Highwaymen look a little bit pissed off. They want some revenge for their group. And also, in that preview, was that Gage that was standing up talking about putting their head on Pikes? I just saw it really, really quickly. It did look like Gage actually taking a stand. Because, you know, his friends, they're not there anymore. So I do think Gage isn't going to be there very long either. I mean, come on. Gage was the one teasing these people. I still would like to see a standoff between Gage and Lydia. I want to see that fight happen. But maybe Gage is going to be one of the big deaths from this week. Well, it wouldn't be a big death. But Michonne tries to bring a calming influence over the group this week. And she says, you know, if she, you know, releases that herd, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble, but we got to act as one. And then they come up with a strategy. Strategy is 3 groups. Gabe is taking a group of people to the north. Aaron is taking some people to the south. And Michonne is taking a big group of people, Daryl, Carol, a few others, to meet with Alpha and the standoff. So now, when she said Aaron and a few others, the pictures from this week suggest that it's pretty much just not a whole lot of others, and it's mainly going to be Aaron and Negan. There could be a couple more minor characters. I don't know who's going to go with them, but it does look like Negan and Aaron do some serious work. And we're going to get to see Negan back in action, which is, I think that's going to be a good thing. But Michelle did say, we're on edge, act as one. And you guys saw a little bit of the summary. The threat of the Whisperer's return leads to paranoia sweeping over Alexandria. In the meantime, Carol battles with the need for revenge. Exactly, you know, that's a little bit of description. But what did you guys think about Henry's voice? Carol hearing him. I mean, we know it's not real. So please, no conspiracy theories out there that Henry didn't die. We saw his head is on a pike. No doubt about it. But certainly, she's losing it to a degree. But I don't feel like that's a dream. I feel like it's just she's caught in the moment. It looks like she's really there. She's really somewhere. And then we saw Daryl walking through a similar, and I mean, I think that's important. I don't think she's just like sleeping at night and that's a bad dream. I think that's a real body of a person in this building, looks like a school or something she goes into, and she thinks she hears that voice. Would you guys agree with that? So it's more like a hallucination. PTSD. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of that going around with the whispers, and there's going to be even more of it this season. She's tripping bad, Kills. I like that. That's what I'm talking. She's tripping, just like Gamma's sister, zoned out. All right, so we are going to tie in some of those bold predictions. Does anybody feel like we're going to see a major death, or it's going to be the setup to episode 4, and that's where the death is going to happen? Michonne doesn't have a whole lot of episodes left, so we got to get some action going pretty quickly. So I feel like this week is going to be a little bit about Aaron and Negan. It's going to be a little bit about they got to strike back. They got to do something. See, that's what I think too, Julie. I think episode 4 is where everything's going to go down. Like when I think this episode is going to end around the time where Alpha says, "We're always watching. You must be punished. You better run." And then they're going to run. And it's going to be like a fox chase in episode number 4. So maybe we get one of those, at the end of episode 3 where somebody's injured. Maybe a Gage, maybe a less than superstar character. But 4 and 5, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna lay it all on the line. There has got to be some major death in 4 and 5. So also, I want to give a special shout out to the Walking Dead nerd. She sent me a message earlier today and also posted something on our Facebook fan page. Did you guys see her theory about the 12 Pikes? In the opening credits of The Walking Dead? If you didn't, I'm going to go ahead and shout her out again. So she went back and watched the opening credits and counted 12 Pikes. So we know there were 10. So she's speculating or predicting that there's 2 additional heads on the Pikes. And we have said that we think it could be Ezekiel and Rosita. Could be others. But Ezekiel and Rosita would be pretty strong. And Zelda, right? We were missing a couple major ones from the comics, right? So, maybe it's not those 2, but hey, Father G is taking a group to the northern gate. So I just got a feeling this week there's going to be some capture. There's going to be some, not a filler episode, but I like to call it a setup episode. You can't put all your big hits in one show. You can't kill everybody. But and there's only about 40 minutes worth of action that can happen with the commercials and everything else. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready to say no one dies. I think someone could die. I just don't think we're going to see a major character die. Or we're going to see the beginning of when a character is about to die. They get shot, they trip. It's going to be like a fox hunt. I've been sort of playing this in my head, how this is going to go down. Because think about it. It's dark. They're not meeting at high noon. See, in the Wild Wild West, you met at high noon. You drew the weapons. It's dark. It's dark. It's in the woods. There's a border there. They're both, it's sport. Did you guys think that there's a real strong meaning for Alpha saying, you better run? All right. A kills coin to the first person. If you guys don't know what a kills coin is, if you win a kills coin, you can use it for tomorrow night's stream, Freestyle Friday. If you've never participated in Freestyle Friday, and we got a lot of new viewers, make sure you guys subscribe, hang out with us. But Freestyle Friday, we start with the Walking Dead topic, and then we change the topics up. It's a very casual type of conversation. It could be Walking Dead history, could be something personal that's going on, any of the above, and then we'll tie in some of our own game, our Play Dead Live in there. But we're going to give a kills coin away to the first person that can tell me the significance of Alpha saying, you better run. It has a very, very strong significance to the overarching story of what they're trying to accomplish. Not because the walkers are coming, not because the herd. Absolutely. I'm going to go with Angel Caloris. First person to get it, you get a kills coin. It's the fear. Alpha could kill people. She's already killed people. Why do people run other than Forrest Gump or to stay in shape? People run when they're afraid. So this is a game to her, and it also is a balance. It's a changing of power, where the Whisperers actually get to hunt. She's showing them, like, we're the ones in charge. Watch, we're going to scare them and make them run. So if the group does turn and run, Alpha's accomplished what she wants to accomplish. Now, if they don't run, if they stand there face to face, somebody could die, but it won't accomplish what Alpha wanted to accomplish. Negan did the same thing. Negan could have killed a couple people, but he wanted everybody to be afraid. He wanted them not to try it again. So Alpha's "you better run" is, to me, of the same stature as "you can blink" speech, or "eeny, meeny, miny, mo." It's Alpha's "you can blink" moment. So Viola McGowan says, our group will not run. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the group is going to turn and haul ass, or do you think they're going to stand toe-to-toe? All right, so a lot of people are saying they're done running. They stand toe-to-toe. They stand. Okay. I understand. I love your predictions here, but I have to ask. How many of you saw the Comic-Con trailer? Did it not look like Alpha was running after somebody in this very scene in the dark? Remember Alpha running, and I got a lot of comments where people said, she looks like a wild animal chasing somebody. So I think that's way too much coincidence for it not to happen. We've seen a previous clip of Alpha running after someone or running from someone, but it doesn't look like I would be hard-pressed to think that Alpha is running away in front of the Whisperers when they're certainly trying to instill fear in everyone. And especially right after she said, you better run, and we're always watching. Now, thank you for that, Dead on Leprechaun. Appreciate that super chat. So, I'm going to add one additional caveat to that theory. Because I don't think it's as simple as they're going to run because they're afraid. Is the group scared of Alpha? No. Maybe, just maybe, they have a reason to run from Alpha that is not fear-related. So give me your best theories of why the group could turn and run, and then you'll see where I'm going with this prediction, without either group looking as if they're afraid of the other group. Exactly. Najee Watts super coined it up. Absolutely. Nail on the head there, Najee. See, I think no, absolutely. Alexandria is under attack. So we know this, but they masterfully gave us bits and pieces in the Comic-Con trailer. So this is what you're led to think from this scene. You're led to think like, hold on. You got Alpha and her gang. You got Carol and Daryl and their gang. And they're face to face. And she says, we're always watching. So, we've been keeping an eye on you coming here. And you better run. Or I'm going to kill you. No. I think we missed some very important dialogue in there. What's missing out of that statement, what's missing out of that sentence is Alpha's pulling them away. She's pulling them all the way from Alexandria so she can attack. And this group is too dumb to realize that they're outnumbered. They send all these people up to face Alpha, and she's probably taking the horde and overrunning Alexandria. So, do we have Timekeeper in the house? Where's Timekeeper? Where's the Rolex? So this could go to the very heart of our very own Rolex, because time is of the essence, Rolex. What we're missing from what Alpha is telling them is the brilliance of her leadership and of her strategy. The group is not afraid of the Whisperers. Alpha understands that. What are they afraid of? I'm going to get some of your comments in here as well, because I think we've got this one absolutely nailed. Absolutely. Catface Killer, they're afraid of losing their own people. And now that they've split up into 3 small groups, some are going to be killed, some are going to escape, and this group is going to try to run back to salvage what they can. So, the dialogue that we can fill in the blanks, and I won't try to necessarily do it, is going to be Alpha saying, we've attacked your city. We're always watching. There'll be nothing left when you get there. You better run. So the filling in the blanks, whatever she says about it, is going to be, they're going to have that, oh my God moment. She tricked us. She brought us all the way out here, and you better run to get back there. Not you better run from me. You better go save your people because we're overrunning your city. And the Comic-Con trailer did it brilliantly. So now that they know, what did Michonne say in the group? We are on edge. We need to act as one. Well, they can't act as one because you've got 3 different groups with 3 different personalities. You've got the diplomats, which is Michonne, Carol, and Daryl standing toe-to-toe. You got Father G, the faith-based people fighting off whatever's going to come from the north, right? We can do it. We can do it. Build morale. Hold them off. And then you got the third group, which is Aaron and Negan. Now, comic fans, help me out. In the comics, it was Jesus and Negan fighting Beta. Is that correct? So now that Jesus has been killed early on, we could certainly set up a Beta, Jesus, Negan type of standoff. So Aaron, Jesus, okay. But Aaron was involved in that. Got it. So I feel like the Aaron Negan group is going to be the group that escapes. The Father G group is going to be the group that gets overran. And the Michonne Daryl group is going to be the group that has to go back and gather the troops and put the pieces back together. Fluff the flamethrower. Kind of hope that Ezekiel sees Alpha and says, that's not Alpha, that's Debbie from the fair. Hey, Green Team, that deserves a kills coin, right? Let's give Fluff a kills coin for that. Debbie from the fair, I love it. Najee Watts, maybe Aaron was on the floor with Negan standing over him because Negan decided to break away on his own in that moment. So, Najee, I do have to say I am very interested in the potential stories that could happen between Aaron and Negan, whether it's a Negan escape, whether it is a Negan maybe turning on Aaron, not intentionally, but out of necessity. Leaving him for dead, not dead. Anyway, maybe you get what I'm saying. And that could be Negan's platform to get in with the Whispers. If Negan and Aaron are pulled to the side, and I'm going to ask this to the group. I don't know how I think it's going to play out just yet. I just want to get some ideas out there. Do you guys see a tricky scenario where Negan and Aaron are pulled away from Alexandria that would allow Negan to escape or maybe knock Aaron out, leave with the Whispers, get in with Beta, like, hey, he's dead. I don't want to be with these people. Let me hang out with you guys. Whatever the case may be. I mean, Beta's not stupid. But if Negan's going to get in somehow, it can't be around a massive group of people. It's going to have to be this side story that's going on. Yeah, Johnny, see, I can see all of that. I certainly think that Negan could protect Aaron. Aaron could protect Negan. And I get some of those things happening, but I'm more interested in the transition of how Negan would become a temporary whisperer, how he would get in the door with them. If that's even going to happen at all. I mean, I know he has the ability to go undercover, but will he be able to go undercover with all the other things happening? I don't know if that's going to be something they're going to write into the story, but if they were going to write it into the story, it certainly makes sense that the way they're doing it. I do have to say this as well. In horror movies, or even in some movies, and The Walking Dead even did this last season too. When there's 4 or 5 of you, and you say, you two go this way, we'll go this way, I hate that. I absolutely hate it when there's a small number of people and they split up. So, what I absolutely love is the way the writers this season are splitting up a large group of people in Alexandria. And the way they're making the storyline as if, all right, you don't have enough fighters. Here, you take Negan. We got Catface Killer. I see Negan doing what Eugene did at Sanctuary with Father G. So just pulling a little trickery on him. Well, Catface, here's the thing. Like, Negan's whole character is going to be, I think this season, keeping the audience on its toes. Let me kind of take a 999 Pulse survey. And actually, if everybody here, do me a favor. If you love talking about The Walking Dead, you like hanging out with us, and if you want to do some double shots next week, give this video a thumbs up, because there's going to be more Walking Dead, more stuff to talk about, because I don't think we can fit everything that we want to do in one stream. So we're going to do some double streams next week. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But everybody in here, do me a favor, hit that like button. So let me ask your opinion on Negan, because we've said he's redeemed. I understand. He's totally redeemed, but do you feel as I do in thinking that the writers are always going to keep you guessing what his intentions are? And here's some examples. Does he want to run? Yes or no. Does he want to be a leader again? Yes or no. Is he loyal to help Alexandria? Yes or no. Would he pull a strand and cut a deal with the Whisperers? And I think we know how we want Negan to be and how we think Negan is going to be. But from an acting standpoint, can Jeffrey Dean Morgan convince us, even though we think he's good, can he convince us that maybe I'm not as good as you think? Or if he acts bad, can he convince us of, maybe he's just going along with it because he has to? So, Julie Redfair McGuire says, yes, they will make us second guess Negan. So, that's that whole psychology. And it's really cool because we're kind of caught in the paranoia of what Alpha's doing, and we need this group that we can trust, but yet we got this one wild card in Negan that we're ready to trust, we're ready to give him a chance, but his actions may say, maybe I'm not quite as ready as you think. And some of his dialogue has done that as well. So, the way the writers are tying it into this week, at least from my understanding of what I've seen so far in the sneak peeks, show a little bit of that, macho Negan out there with Aaron taking down some walkers. They're doing some bonding. All is good. Alexandria gets overran. They get surrounded by, a mini herd. They got to protect each other. They got to help each other. But then they get separated and they can't get back to help. So now you've got them on their island all by themselves, and they're going to have to come up with a plan. Maybe that is where the plan happens. And Aaron could be a part of that. That would be my next question. I'm not ready to make this a super bold prediction, but if Alexandria falls and the supply lines are cut off, Gabriel's group either gets slaughtered or captured, Daryl, Carol, Michonne, they can't run back to get back in time, and Negan and Aaron are kind of on their own, could that be a planned strategy between Aaron and Negan for Negan to try to go in on the inside? Could Aaron actually have knowledge of it and support that decision? Maybe Aaron's the only person that knows. I think that would be a bold suggestion by Negan. I think it would be a scary suggestion. But when all else fails, you got to do something. And I would love to see the setup with that in episode 4, episode 5. So Eric, exactly. Eric brings up a great point. If that happens, why leave Judith? Michonne would not leave her in that circumstance. We don't know where everybody's going to be. We don't know who could be captured. They don't know who might be dead. I don't think this is going to be your typical, all right, we're going to kidnap 1 or 2 people. I feel like there's going to be some fear. There's going to be some threats. There's going to be some takeover. There could be some hostages. I don't see this as a one-size-fits-all story. I think Alpha wants to sow some chaos. And the best way we do that, or the best way she does that, is to be extremely unpredictable. And, I got to ask you guys, what would you do? I want to get every person in here watching. If you're watching the playback, leave your thoughts in the comments below to this one question, because I think this is a central part of this week's story, and I love the way it was written. So the question I have for you: what would you do if Gamma came to the gates of Alexandria and you were the decision maker and said, she wants to meet you. She wants to meet with you. What are you going to do? Brandon Schneider says, what if Lydia got put on a spike to start the war? Brandon, that has a lot of different elements. I want to talk about that. Let me answer these questions, and I love that to start the war, because I think it sends messages on a lot of different levels. Okay, so I see many of you saying, hell no, I'm not going to go. I would kill Gamma. Remember, if she has all of those walkers, which we know she does, and you think she hasn't killed anybody in a long time, she's pretty much left your group alone. So let me have you guys backtrack, because a lot of people just gave a snap answer like, I ain't leaving, I'm not leaving unarmed. Alpha certainly has control over the group, and to their knowledge, there is somewhat of a truce. She hasn't been killing. Life is as normal as it can be. She wants to meet. Maybe just to, hey, there was a fire and you crossed over into our border. There will be conflict. Maybe she just wants to talk and say, thanks for putting out the fire. Now, she didn't, but you only know what you know at this point. So I don't think meeting her. Now, look, there's the side of me that's watching the TV show that's like, hell no, I don't want to meet her. I'm just like you guys. But from a story perspective, I don't think meeting her is a bad idea based on what we know of the characters and the character's situation. I have to be able to separate myself from what I would probably do and what I think the characters should do based on how they've interacted. Now, many of you are saying, no, kill Gamma, build your own herd, go after. I think that's a viable solution, but it's not consistent with where they're at and what they've been doing for the last couple of months. So I don't see it as a bad situation. In fact, my super bold prediction is that this week's episode is going to be absolutely amazing because I think that works very, very well with the story. Now, let me jump back up to Brandon's super chat because I think it was a very strong super chat. What if Lydia gets put on a spike to start the war? So, Brandon, some of that would depend on where is Lydia? Is Lydia in the Negan group? Is Lydia in the Father G group? Is Lydia going to be in this negotiating group? So I'm going to say Lydia's probably not in the negotiating group because I don't see that as going well for Alpha. I mean, well, Crystal, I don't think they need to hide her, but I just think there's this assumption that Lydia's just going to stay behind. Now, if it were me, I would take Lydia. But see, all the characters don't know that Alpha lied and this is what's going on because they don't have any intel. I'd take Lydia and have Lydia walk up to the border and say, hey, Mom, you need to chill out. Just, you stay on that side, we'll stay on this side. I'll come visit you on Mother's Day, drop off some flowers, whatever needs to happen. I would send Lydia up to do my negotiating. But I think that is it's not really a plot hole. It's just something they're not going to do. I don't know any other way to say it. Because they need to leave that mystique around Lydia being dead, and the writers aren't just going to march her up to that group because then all the whisperers be like, oh, wait a minute. You said she was dead. Well, I lied. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Alpha is. I think that's a story that is going to be told much later on. And maybe when they take over Alexandria, somebody will see Lydia, and that could be a subplot. I do think that will be a subplot. And actually, I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to turn into a major plot. I think the Lydia story is what's going to undermine the whole Whisperer strategy. So back to Brandon's point, could Alpha kill her daughter in front of the Whisperers to save, I hate saying save face. Get it? I give myself a kills coin, saving face. To to reinstill confidence. And she could certainly go down that road. Hey, she is dead to me, and now she's dead to everybody, and put her head on a pike. So I could see Lydia as one of those heads on a pike. But I also, is there anybody here that think Lydia is going to be a long-term star of the show? Anybody think that? Anybody look at Lydia's character and say, oh yeah, she's going to be around for season 11? See, we're going to do the regular test. No, she ain't going to be around. There's no star power there. There's no story. There's no reason for her to be there. Done, 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 and done. Lydia is 100% dying this season. She's gone. There's just Alpha's heir, Alpha's offspring. Catface Killer says she's basically Charlie. I think, see, Viola, I agree with that. She won't be missed. She's one of those characters that sends a stronger message dead than the impact that she has if she's alive. If she's dead and if Alpha kills her, it certainly just sends that ripple effect of, wow, she just killed her own daughter in front of these people in a very, very epic way, as opposed to she didn't kill her daughter, Lydia's still there, she's best buddies with Negan, Negan needs another best buddy. It's tired. Negan has Judith. 1189 Paris says, I disagree, Daryl's daughter. Daryl doesn't have a girlfriend. I think Daryl needs a girlfriend before he gets a daughter. And I also think that when Michonne leaves, Daryl's oversight of Judith, I think Daryl and a few others will be overseeing Judith as opposed to Lydia. Julia, there's going to be some predictable deaths. It's the thing about death on The Walking Dead. Ozzy was not predictable, but how many people thought Tara was going to die last season? Let's be honest. It was a pretty strong prediction. Almost everybody here predicted Tara's death. So predictable, right? We predicted it. Jesus was unpredictable. And this season, it seems like a lot of people are predicting Ezekiel and Rosita. I'm going to throw some Gage in there. Enid was, I think Enid was a little surprising for me. Crimson says Henry was unpredictable. I would disagree with that. I would say, Crimson, many of us predicted Henry would die. Here's the problem. Actually, I was on the Henry death really, really early. I just didn't see the Carol-Ezekiel split. See, that was the shocking thing for me. Like I thought, Henry's going to die, and then Carol and Ezekiel, they're going to, go after him, and then Ezekiel's going to die. I actually predicted a Henry-Ezekiel death, and it could still happen, but I just didn't think they would split up in the process. Carl 2.0 is Judith. Yeah, I'm neutral on Lydia. I just don't see the growth and development there. Yeah, I think both, Paris. I think King Ezekiel and Rosita. I feel like Rosita is going to get a very, very epic death. And she seems like the kind of actor that is cool with that. I think she's going to be like Glenn, like, you know what? Hey, I'm ready to take off. I've been on the show for a long time. Just make sure you kill me in a good way. Let me do this MMA stuff. Brandon super chat and says, will Carol lose herself after killing Alpha? If she kills Alpha, I feel like Negan is going to... See, this is tricky too. I almost feel like Negan could kill Alpha and then have that epic line like, wait till Carol gets a look at this. Because she would be the one that would be the most fitting for that line to be used. Now, there's not a lot of... In the comic, Negan and Rick had a very strong relationship. Wasn't always good, but it was strong. So... in the comic, when Negan killed Alpha and held her head there and said, hey, wait till Rick gets a look at this, it was very appropriate. So there's part of me that says Carol could get the Alpha kill to exact revenge for Ezekiel and Henry, or Negan could get the kill and then have that epic line to satisfy Carol. But it just doesn't fit the same way as it did with the comics because the two of them really haven't had that interaction. So maybe they bypass it altogether. Not sure. Star Guitar Goddess, a couple of people have made that prediction, and I got to tell you, I absolutely love it. And here's what I love about it. Is there anybody here that finds it slightly odd that Alpha carries a sawed-off shotgun? Does anybody see that as weird? Like, she's got this thing, like, holstered and ready to use. She's an animal. She's barbaric. She knife fights. She skins people. Okay, and the reason I bring this up is because is it possible that she just has that sawed-off shotgun to give Rosita and Coco the Lori Judith death? Because Lori was shot in the back all the way through Lori, killing both. it just seems like, to me, that's a prop that the whole purpose of it being there is for that. And I got to tell you, if I'm Rosita, that would be really cool. Like, if you're going to kill me, give me that death. It's absolutely harsh. I have to tell you guys, though, Johnny, others, Tyler, it'd be horrible to watch. It was horrible in the comics. This is not a comedy. This is not PG rated. I mean, it's The Walking Dead. And when you got a group called the Whisperers, that literally, I'm going to tell you two things that lead me to believe this could happen. Now, granted, the comics did have a baby scene as well. But the fact that they played it out and showed the baby scene in the TV show of exemplifying how ruthless Alpha is. So we've already seen that. We already know she'll kill babies. And the shotgun. Now, I'm not telling you that we need to see the effects of it. But if you see Rosita running with Coco and Alpha shot her and you saw both of them fall and it's implied that they both die, that is a big, big deal. And I would argue that it's the type of controversy and the type of epic situation carried over from the comic that the show needs. I don't know. Look, Kel's like, I can't imagine watching that. Guys, we saw Carl kill his mom, first of all. We saw Negan beat down Abraham to a pulp, and we saw a pool of everything. Glenn. So to think that it's beyond the scope that a mom running to protect her baby would get shot in the back, I'm not saying they show all the gore. I'm just saying if it happened, I don't think it would be the most visually shocking thing that I've ever seen. But I do think it would have a strong emotional impact on the viewers and the group. Leprechaun. Short-barreled shotgun is the best PDW. I love it. Yeah, it just makes me curious about Alpha. That's all. Let me also... All right, I got to ask this the right way, because I'm certainly not trying to segregate our audience here into pro-Rosita, anti. Hasn't Rosita's character felt a little bit like Tara's character the last season? Or it's just kind of, nah. Like, I love Rosita, Eugene, Abraham. But this last year, just not really a lot of excitement watching her character. Doesn't even feel like Rosita anymore. Right, Brand, I agree with that. Like, she's an outcast. So, if you're going to have somebody that's basically her character is, it's dwindling. It's just not, it's not fun to watch Rosita's character. It's not epic Rosita. And the longer, I agree. See, Jam can't, she's boring. Rosita's character is boring. Yeah, I said it. I'm a Rosita fan, and I'm going on the record. Her character is boring. So why keep her there and cast and continue to script her into Walking Dead oblivion where we forget what Rosita was all about? We're taking her legacy away. And in the comics, I would argue, in the comics, Rosita never lost her legacy. When I read through Rosita, like, until the time they got the Pike, there's all this cool stuff. You know, Rosita and Abraham, and then, you know, Abraham cheating on her, and then her and Eugene. It was just a good story all the way through. And now on the TV show, it's like it's losing some of that luster. So either she gets a Pike, or why not one up the Pike? If you know that we're at a point in time right now where Rosita should be dead, why not give her a more epic death and give her Lori's death? Because once again, that's going to have it's going to solidify her legacy, and it's also going to be beneficial for either Father G, for Eugene. It's going to propel Rosita's story, in my opinion. And as I said, you know, the way I started this conversation is, I'm a Rosita fan, so I'm not trying to bash Christian Serratos or the character. I'm telling you from my personal perspective that, you know, somebody that likes her character, well, her character's boring me now. So, and as an actor, what better compliment than to leave the show in a way that gets people talking? I mean, that's what you live for as an actor. Where people just, you know, wow, did you see what happened to Glenn? As much as we didn't like it, we talked about it. Brandon says maybe she dies saving Ezekiel, then gets killed. Several possibilities, Brandon. I certainly think giving her the Pike is, it's no better than what Ozzy got. It's no better than what Enid got. So if you really want to put Rosita on that epic status, she's got to get a good death. And Paris, tell her this. Tell her I am a fan, but as a fan, become a badass again. Even though she's working out, I'm still not getting that badass Rosita vibe. Could still happen, but it's just not there. Or I need to see her go down in Walking Dead history. Don't just keep giving her a few cameo shots and, here and there. That's not doing it for her fan club. And then tell her she needs to still be at San Diego Comic-Con next year regardless. And hey, we hit an hour, everybody. Time has flown with our bold predictions. So, wow, this is one of the quickest streams we've done. A lot of good thoughts, a lot of good ideas. I'm going to ask everybody to do me a huge, huge favor right now. One, hit the like button. That's number one. Everybody in here, hit that like button. Let's show everybody that watches the playback that we're here, we're liking The Walking Dead, and we're going to be doing this every night. Number two, based on what you've seen and what we've heard, give me your score right now. Tell me what you think the episode's going to be from a 1 to a 10. I'm expecting to see some really, really high numbers here. I know sometimes we put it out there and it seems like a lot of hype, and it doesn't always live up to expectations. From what I've seen so far, I'm going to give it a 10. I think it's going to be amazing. I think this is going to go down as one of my favorite episodes. I like the darkness. I like the mystique. I like the chase. I like the strategy. I like the psychology. Everything about it feels good. So I am super, super looking forward to this. Schedule rest of the week. Let me tell everybody kind of what we're going to do. So hopefully you guys just got another minute or two for me. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we're going to do our Freestyle Friday. We gave away a lot of Kills coins this week. So Freestyle Friday will be a Walking Dead topic. We'll start out, and then we'll just change the topics with Super Chatters, Kills coins, very casual. Some people might have a beverage or two, but it's very laid back, relaxed type of environment, not super predictions and stressful. It's a good time. And then sometime during the Freestyle Friday, we're going to do our Play Dead Live. If you don't know what Play Dead Live is, it is our own real-time role-playing game where you get a chance to be in the scenario. Tomorrow we're doing King of the Hill. It is a brand new evolution of what we're doing. We've done scenarios, we've done quest, we've done PvP. This is going to be a whole different wrinkle. Really looking forward to that tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in and join us. After that, I'm going to watch AMC premiere early, like many of you. I'm not going to go watch it at 9 o'clock because we're going to be streaming. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you got some time, hang out with us. And then at the end of the stream, don't take off early just to go watch it first. Go watch it late at night. Watch it 11, 12 o'clock, or watch it Saturday morning. And Saturday morning at 11, we're going to do our spoiler stream. The reason we're doing it Saturday, and I want to announce it in advance, is because some people are going to want to be in PDL and Freestyle Friday, and they're not going to want to talk spoilers. So we're doing a specific spoiler stream for anybody that watches it early. You're just aching to talk about it. We'll do that at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. And I think this week we're going to add our countdown on Sunday night, and then we're going to do our reaction video. So I've been missing the countdowns. Just keep in mind, if you're in the countdown video, we could have a crazy troll or two that jumps in and just wants to spoil it. But I feel like we've missed the countdowns. It's usually 10 or 15 minutes, just kind of our tailgate party, getting everything going on. So that's a little bit of what's going on. I'm also excited to let you guys know I've seen some of the concept art that we're using for our PDL packs, which is going to be like a mega box. So our Patreons, we have 10 official PDL sponsors. It's a different tier on a Patreon. We got several Patreons that support the live play. We've also got some that are now sponsoring these PDL boxes. The artwork looks amazing, so it's going to be some custom branded PDL stuff. Could be a shirt, could be one of our first scenarios that we do, could be some miniatures that we're going to add. A whole lot of different items are going to be in print, so hopefully I can show you guys that on either the Fanbook page or one of our streams here, show you what the box is going to look like. So sign up, become a PDL sponsor, and then first quarter of next year, then we'll be mailing out some of the PDL packs so you guys can have some of the original content that we're going to have whenever we start doing the game live. I want to give a shout out to all the patrons, as I just mentioned. If you're interested in becoming a patron, there's a link down below. Also to the channel members, you can see the Green Team. Green Team has custom emojis at their disposal. They also got these neat little badges, show how long they've been sponsoring the channel. Thank you so much for the channel members as well. Also the Super Chatters tonight, thank you so much. The moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells. The nickname, you guys like Julie Redfair McGuire? I love it. Just, she needed a nickname, so we got it out there. So thanks so much, Julie. Appreciate that. And hopefully you're liking the new name. And everybody else, do me a favor. I got one more minute, so give me as many 999s in chat as we can. And over the next 60 seconds, I'm going to call out as many of you as I possibly can. Never want to forget the group that makes this channel exactly what it is, and that's each and every one of you. That is the 999 Army. You guys are absolutely amazing. So I want to say what's up to J Law, RJ Guerrero, Samantha Coombs, Roxanne Dunlap, Seth Morgan, Viola McGowan, Brandon Schneider. Thank you so much for those super chats. Heart of Nixie, Donnie D. Train, what's up? Ella Smith Jr., there's Red Fair, Rebecca Briggs, Coma Drug, Tammy Heitzman, Lynn Nesvik, Sam B., Julia Muse, Angel Cloris, Jerry Atkinson, Julie J., Jan Step, Dead on Leprechaun, 1189 Paris, Walani, Rebecca Mendez, Gina Crockett, Star Guitar Goddess, Crystal Singer Chick, Tommy Man Bun in the house, Barb Berlin, Jason Rayner, Marcia Cooper, thank you. Love those exclamation points. Appreciate that. Johnny Price, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Darkstar 999. And if I missed you for any reason, that's our 60 seconds, everybody. Be here tomorrow night. We'll get caught up. One last warning. Last week did get very graphic in our PDL scenarios. They are going to be fun, but I do have to tell you, some of our scenarios are going to be gory. They're going to be graphic. So just keep in mind, when there's PvP and there's things going on, that the overarching theme is that it's going to be fun and we're going to laugh, we're going to have a good time. And there was some of that. You know, there's decision making, there's some ad-libbing, but every once in a while you get a bad decision and you may get somebody split in half. So it's just like horror. It is our version of it. The game is still developing, so just want to let you guys know, if you're very squeamish, then every once in a while you're going to get something a little bit crazy. So I'm glad you guys loved it. Last week was the longest PDL that we've done. It was a lot of work, I have to tell you guys. Looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be 8 random people. Don't know who those 8 are. If you want to be in PDL, or if you see a matchup that you would like to have a one-on-one matchup, go to our Facebook fan page, and there's a poll that I put up there. So if you'd like to see like Goucher versus Gina Crockett, or Kel versus Emmy, any random combinations you think would be a good standoff, go over to our Facebook fan page and participate in that poll. But tomorrow we're going to have 8 random people. They're all going to be seated on different floors. So we're going to start out with 2 going at it. Whoever wins is going to move on to the next, so on and so forth. So looking forward to that. See everybody tomorrow night. Peace.